We did it. We are live, or I am live. It's great to see you, everybody. If you're joining me, I have 10 minutes today, and I'm trying something new because I feel like if we're not trying something new, we are falling behind on what possibilities are out there for us with our personal brand and certainly with the world of work. So if you are joining me, let me know. Pop your name in the chat. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I'd love to see it. A few minutes ago, we had just a little technical glitch and we weren't able to stream live here on LinkedIn, but I'm so glad we're able to now. So if you're joining me, let me know. I would love to know who you are and where you're tuning in from. So I'm starting something new, you guys. This is the first time I'm going to offer this, and hopefully it'll become a regular thing if this is something you need. Because I see a lot of folks taking their foot off the gas pedal on their career and on their job search journey, especially during the holidays. And believe me, I'm all about finding that balance and spending that time with your family and friends during this special time. But let's remember what puts food on the table and what pays our bills, right? And so you don't have to necessarily spend hours and hours looking for a job this holiday, but don't forget, this is still priority number one. And you can still talk about these things with those family and those friends that you'll be gathering with on Thanksgiving. And I encourage you to do so because believe it or not, your best opportunity, your next best opportunity will come from a connection. I just know it. If I'm an example, and many of my clients are an example, it is that you really want to leverage that network you have. And the people who want to help you the most are those you invest in, which a lot of times are those family and friends that you're networking in. So, hey, great to see you guys. Madi, thanks for joining me. Shatish, good afternoon. Nice to see you. Oh, good morning from India. Great to see you. And Valerie, great to see you too, all the way from Chicago. I wonder if it's as cold as it is here in Spokane. It's like 29 today. It's freezing. But anyway, so I highly encourage anybody watching here, use this time to connect with family and friends, but don't forget to talk about your job search. You know, I think sometimes there can be this sort of mindset thing that we get wrapped up in when we're in that job search mode, and we can feel like our job is so tied to our pride, which of course it is. We spent the majority of our lives there before 2020. Right now there's a little bit better balance, but don't forget that the people that you're with want to help you. So they can only help you if, one, you know what you want, and two, you talk about what you need to do next, right? So you tell them what you're looking for. You explain that you're on the job hunt and, hey, do you know anybody I can meet or talk to next? So don't forget that. And oh, Brett, great to see you. Wonderful. So you guys, I have 6 minutes left. I wanted to join you guys for 10 minutes today to offer any tips that you could use here in your job search and specifically on your resume. And before any of those questions come in, I want to jump in and share the way that I start every single one of my resume documents so that you can put these kinds of principles into place for yourself. Because I truly believe that a terrific resume document starts with a solid foundation. And there is something I start right at the top at every single one of my documents that you can do too that will help you stand out from 99% of other candidates. So if that sounds good to you, I'm going to jump right in before the questions come rolling in. And I'll be conscious of our time because I see we have 6 minutes left. So if you have any questions, fire away. But so good to see all of you. So first and foremost, I know there are a lot of awesome templates out there, and there are some really cool sites you can use like Canva and other pre-populating resume sites. I implore you not to use them. And now, if anybody knows me and what I like to do with design and things, I love Canva. Canva.com, not a sponsor, but I wish I was. But Canva.com is seriously one of the coolest sites when it comes to personal branding. The problem is it does not translate to the ATS system very well. And unfortunately, a lot of job seekers learn this the hard way. So where do you start your document? You start it on Word every time. It also saves you the headache of creating a PDF document that then you need to change later, but you can't because you can't crack the formatting and you have to copy it all and put it all in Word anyway. So save yourself the trouble and start your document in Word. So I'm going to show you right now how I like to start 99% of my resume documents so that they stand out right at the top. So first what I do is I go up here to insert and I add a square or a rectangle right here at the top. And you're probably like, what? This has nothing to do with resumes, but bear with me. And the next thing I do is I make sure that when I'm looking at the layout of this, do you see this button? It's called wrap text. So I actually take this down and I make sure that this is selected. It says in front of text or even behind text, but you don't want it to be necessarily tied to the parameters of your document. So make sure that it's got a little bit more wiggle room by being something that plays in front or behind the text, because then you can put it right at the top. And you guys, you can use this all over your document. You want to highlight a certain section, use this. If you want to highlight a quote from a colleague or someone who's given you a great testimonial, use this, okay? So what you do is you put this up here at the top. And then I will type, let's say, Brett, since you're here, we're gonna, if you don't mind, I'll use you as our guinea pig. So we'll type this one. We'll title this document Brett Packard. Brett, you didn't know you'd be playing along today, but here you are. Okay, so as you can see, I have this up here. And Brett, I'm going to move your name back up, and you see it's behind that box. So I'm going to highlight this box again, and I'm going to make it go behind the text. So now it's behind the text. And now what you do is you highlight your name, and you make it as big as you want. I like to go like 34, maybe 29, somewhere around there. Okay. And then you can play with the ruler here on the side a little bit. You can move this down. Okay, and then if you have, now you have your pick of colors here, okay? And I see we have 3 minutes, so I'm gonna make this quick. And Jake, so great to see you. Welcome, and be sure to use any of these tips that are shared today. So one way that you can super focus your document right away, so that's immediately relatable to the employer that you want to attract, and also psychologically it's already on the next level of acceptance because of the familiarity, is to use the exact colors of the company you're targeting. So for example, say let me see if I can grab a logo here from let's say I wanted to grab a logo. And I went to, can I get the LinkedIn logo here? No, let me see. Bear with me for a minute. And I'm going to share more of my screen with you because I want you to see exactly how I do this. So I'm going to share my entire screen with you, okay? So here we go. I'm sharing my screen. We're going to open up a new page here. And say I'm targeting Amazon. No, they've got a lot of colors going on there. Say I want to target Stryker. Okay, so we're going to go to the Stryker website, and we're going to open that website right here. Okay, and you can see right away that you have the branding available to you right here. Okay, so what I like to do is borrow those colors, my friend, because immediately it makes your resume more familiar to the person you are hoping will read it at Stryker, should you be applying to a job at Stryker. So what you do here is you will actually select anything that you want to have the same color. So in this case, say we wanted to make Brett's resume have this Stryker coloring at the top. So what I would do is I would select this box, and I'm going to double click on it so it opens up my styles pane, and I go down to fill. And here you have this little box that helps you choose the color. And now we don't necessarily know the exact Pantone color of Stryker. And if you do, well done, but I certainly don't. So instead of guessing and trying to get close, let's be exact. So I go down here to more colors, and it brings up this beautiful option here where you can actually move these sliders to create your own. Or do you see this little eyedropper tool? If you click on the eyedropper tool, then you bring it over wherever you want. In this case, we're going to go with this pretty sort of green color on the Stryker website. And we know that it's part of their branding because it's all over the site. Okay, so we're going to click on that, and voila, it is now added to the color palette, and it's now added to that rectangle that we're working on. So hit OK, and look at that. Now you have the Stryker colors right there on your resume. So I'm going to close this. I'm going to stop sharing my whole screen because now you know my #1 secret for adding the exact color from the company that you're after. And then the next thing I'm going to do is make it a little more easier to read. First, I like to always add these in caps, and I would probably change the font color to white. Doesn't that look beautiful, guys? Anyway, I got to go. It's 10:15. It's been an awesome 10 minutes. If you have any more questions, send them over to me in the DMs. I would love to help you to just nail your resume before the end of the year so that you can start making those connections with people over Thanksgiving and get your career back in your own hands by the holidays. Have a wonderful day, everybody, and thanks so much for